Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is DSP News, the unreliable ones. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newsroom and welcome to the Goutopia News Network, your unreliable source for DSP News. This is the Snort Report. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with Snort Burnell, one of our favorites, Dspgaming, considering making an Amazon wish list. Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are stepping up from just you guys sending me game codes. Well, you guys sending me free games to now sending me game codes to now you guys can just go ahead and get nice stuff for me from Amazon's wish list. Like maybe that new grill he's been talking about for the last couple weeks. Who can say on that? That should be interesting, to be honest. Maybe that's how he's going to get his gout cream and his gout tea. Maybe they'll start helping to pay for that. Oh, this is so good. But ladies and gentlemen, as you guys know, I like to try to go the extra mile. And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you this wasn't the first time that an Amazon wish list talk has come up? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take you guys back to December 17th of 2017. Yet again with Snort Burnell, sorry. KO Gaming / Dspgaming, Amazon wish list, hashtag shameless pig roach. Oh yes. Oh yes. This isn't the first time. This is not the first time. And it's funny how the first time it was right around the holiday season, and he was getting a lot of money and donations around this time too. So anyway, let's just go ahead and see how it compares. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope your day is going well, and hopefully we can start your day off right as best as possible. So let's go ahead and get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Snort Report, and this is DSP News, always late, never breaking. Unreliable coverage that you can't count on. At GTG Network and Productions, you guys all know the slogan. And I don't smell no bacon cooking yet, which means it's time. It's time to watch me work. Oh boy. Can you order bacon off Amazon? I wonder if you can order candy bacon off Amazon. I kind of like making it myself, but I wonder if you can actually... we'll have to look into that. Here we go.
Time to play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
Alright, new face of creation. Goodbye.
Oh boy, another person getting banned. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with Snort Burnell, Dspgaming, considering on making an Amazon wish list. Oh boy, because the gout is not going to cure itself. I need the money. I really do. I need the money to pay my bills.
Going to ban. Ban. You're out of here for good. I'm done with this. New face of creation talking junk. And now he's out of here. You wanna repeat Detractor memes? You're out of here for good. Be like, oh, I'm a crotchety old 36-year-old streamer and I don't like the memes, so I banned them from my chat. Because I knew he was gonna do that. I saw it happening. I said goodbye and get out of here. You're done. I mean it too. That's it. You had a million chances and you never learned your fucking lesson and you're out of here now. So, good riddance to bad rubbish. You're a bad apple. You always derail the stream chat. You always say negative shit. And you're out of here. Goodbye. Don't ask to come back, by the way, either. You're not coming back. Unleash the beast. Toxic. Oh.
Polish frog did a 50-bit cheer.
Moment of silence to a new face of creation. Rip on that. All right, then. Let's continue.
And asked
asked something, and I'd like to pose this to all of you. Let's see how you guys respond to this, because I'm curious to see your input. Ready? Let's listen to what Polish Frog had to say. He said, Phil, I remember you talking about how we could donate PSN credits, but you didn't know the best way we could do it. I think I figured out how you can make a public Amazon wish list and add PlayStation Network digital credit codes to your wish list. There's 10, 20, 25, 50, and $75 credit codes that you could add. You can even add digital game codes and DLC to the wish list, and we can buy those as a way to donate. Hope you consider this, because I think it would make it easier for you to give games and credit and the like. What do you guys think about that? Alright, what do you guys think about that? I'm being very honest, you know? I'm curious. Would you think that if I set up an Amazon wish list with things like digital credit, or, you know, the upcoming games that are coming out, alright, do you think that would be helpful, and do you think people would look at that and say, oh, okay, this is an easy way to see how I can help Phil out, and they would actually help out with that stuff? Or is it still, you know, commonly seen, like this same question was posed years ago, by the way. And at that point, when I posed this question, people answered, oh no, you know, people who have, you know, these kind of wish lists are basically seen as, like, you know,
negative people who are just asking for things, and oh yeah, Phil's an e-beggar by eBay. Right?
That's, I don't know exactly. I'm not sure, to be honest, on how other people have been looked at. But I have seen, like, streamers, for example, who have Amazon wish lists. Also big YouTubers. It's usually stuff like equipment, like stuff that actually helps the stream. So, I don't know. I guess that's up in the air. I couldn't really answer that. So I'll leave that question to you guys. But, it wasn't exactly years ago, Phil, when this question was posed to you about you considering to open up an Amazon wish list. It was only, hasn't actually even been 2 years yet, to be honest. I wonder if there's a way of getting over on that. And hear me out. Watch me work. So, as you guys know, you can make an Amazon wish list public, or you can make it private. And if you make it private, I think you can set it up to where only certain people can see it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, since the revelation has come out that, I don't know if I've done that broadcast yet. I would assume at this point I have, but if I haven't, it's coming. Maybe. Since it's already come out that Phil's been getting money behind the scenes, who's to say that Phil couldn't have a more personal or a private playlist for behind the scenes for those type of donators? Because as you know now, we have public donators and we have private donators. So who's to say that he just doesn't make another Amazon wish list, make it private, and only send that out to a certain group of people? Like, send that link out, I think, to a certain group of people so only they can view it. That's if you can do lists like that. I'm pretty sure you can. Or he could just do another public list and only a few people would actually know about that list. I don't know. That should be interesting.
You're constantly asking your viewers and your fans for contribution. Give me your money.
You know, basically I was told, don't do it. It would just create negative stuff if I created an Amazon wish list. Now understand, if I made an Amazon wish list, it would solely be for work. You know, it would be games coming up, and...
But then again, also, I'd like to say, and this is something that other detractors have said too, it was always going to get to this. Like, people have been buying games or helping Phil buy games since 09, 010. Probably even before that, but at least 09, 010. With that being said, to put out a public list to have people buy the games for him, it's not too far out the realm. The problem is that Phil still has control of what games that are going to be played because he's the one who's setting up the list. So that's still an issue, to be honest. And if those games fail, that's really going to suck because he's going to blame you guys, meaning Phil's fan base or Phil's cult, for the playthrough because, well, you guys, you know, bought me the game. If you guys, you know, if you guys thought it wasn't going to be a good game or you guys didn't really want to watch it, why did you guys buy it for me? Like, it's going to get crazy how he's going to pull that off. But on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, you go into Phil's past, you can find all this out. So, them paying for games directly, them paying bills, them paying mortgage payments, them paying for groceries. I mean, they pretty much pay for almost everything Phil does now. Almost. Like, you know what I'm saying? The circle is almost complete to where he's completely self-reliant on them. Or not self-reliant, but he's completely reliant on them, I should say. Oh my.
And credit codes. That's it. That's all it would be. It wouldn't be, oh, you know, I'm going to put crazy shit on there. You know, like, I'll give you a perfect example. Recently, via a lot of the discussions that we've been having on streams, people have asked me what's something I would like to do around here that I can't afford. And I said I would like to set up my backyard. I'd like to put down an outdoor rug and some chairs and a table, and like a little grill, and be able to like grill outside during the summer. But I'm not gonna put that on an Amazon wish list. You see what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be like that.
Why don't you just get an indoor grill? Like, those are just as good. And most of them, actually, I think almost all of them are smokeless for the most part. You could do that. You don't need an outside grill. That, and I don't have a whole lot of faith. I don't have a whole lot of faith that he can actually grill, to be honest with you. And more importantly than that, Phil, and like I said, we're delving into DSP lore at this point. Didn't Panda have like a garden outside or something, and you let that die? So, I mean, what is even out there in your backyard? What does your grass even look like? I guess it's probably not too bad because there was some squirrels out there that he was naming, or a rabbit or some shit. So I guess maybe it's not too bad, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I trust him with a grill. I feel like he's gonna burn his house down doing dumb shit like that.
Stuff for the business. That would be it. Stuff for the streams. That's all it would be. Okay? Exactly, Crazy Dream. Just games and codes, and that's it. Alright?
Oh boy, it's not gonna be long until you see new game consoles come up on there, until you see a new laptop come up on there, until you see new headphones come up on there, you see new wires or extensions or customizables for those headsets, for his headphones. Oh boy, I can already see where this is gonna go. It's games and game codes right now, but as you know, like anything else Phil touches, it slowly evolves and then devolves into something a whole lot more what's the word? Exploitive? No, I'm not sure if that's the word. I guess I can go with that, but that's not really what I'm looking for. It's gonna deviate into some form of deviance. Give it enough time, to be honest.
You guys think? First of all, I guess the question would be, would this be something that you guys would be interested in actually contributing to? If you had a list of things to help out the streams, would you be, oh, okay, I think I'll go support Phil by getting one of those things? You know what I mean?
Oh!
Where are we headed?
That is disgusting. Yep, I'm toxic.
TheoDoesVids says, could the trolls fuck with the wish list? I have no idea. I know absolutely nothing. Nothing about Amazon wish lists. Zero. So if I don't know if there's a way to screw with it or not. I don't know if there's a comment system. You know what I mean? I don't know how it works. This is, I'm completely new to this subject. So, I have no idea. Golden Cold says, could they place orders?
Did he say a comment system? If that's the case, wouldn't people like Spoony1, who has an Amazon wish list himself, people would be shitting on that stuff all day. He has all kinds of ridiculous shit on his Amazon wish list. I don't think that's exactly what they meant. And yet again, I don't know if you could possibly manipulate the Amazon wish list like that. I don't know if that is a thing. I'm sure there's an exploit to everything, but I'm not sure about that. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out, though.
Cancel them. I have no idea. I guess my question would be, how would that negatively affect me? They can place orders and cancel them. Who cares, right? I mean, the way I see it is, if I get the digital code, great, I'll use it. If I don't get it, someone bought you this, the order was canceled. Who cares? How does that negatively affect anything, right? Yeah, Combat says there's a way to try to fake buy an item and cancel before shipping, but that's about the only way I can think about how they would try. See, and here's the thing. I would just set it up for digital only, so it wouldn't matter. How do you buy it and then cancel shipping? There wouldn't be any shipping. You see what I mean? I really don't think,
Well, I think they can make the code, if they cancel the order, then the code that they send you would be invalid. I think. But then there has to be some type of time period on that, too. So that's a very good question. That's a very good question to see how that would work out. Now I have ideas. I have ideas on how that's going to blow up in his face, to be honest. I'm going to have to look into that. I've never looked at Amazon that way before. In such a way where you can play games like that with people. That just seems kind of ridiculous. I think whoever puts their money on anything for Phil, you're just going to have to commit to it, to be honest. I think it'd be pretty hard to get chargebacks. But that's just my own personal opinion. On top of that, it does kind of affect Phil, though. Because if Phil gets his hopes up for something that he really, really, really wants, and he doesn't get it, you know it's going to put him in a bad mood. As it would with any child, to be honest. So, look forward to that. Look forward to very depressing and disappointed streams.
I think the only trolling that could happen would be minimal, you know what I mean? But again, I don't know much about this. What do you guys think? Maybe I'll pose this question, over the course of today's stream and maybe tomorrow, too. So, if you guys know anything about how these wish lists work, And if you think this is a good idea, let me know. Alright? Give me your opinion. If you think this is a terrible idea and there's a good reason why, tell me. Let me know. Because, you know, if it's something that's easy for people, oh, you know, I like Phil as a streamer, I want to help him out, maybe let me see how I can help him. Oh, look, he has a list of PSN credits and here's some games he wants to play. I'll get something. Boom, you know? That's easy. That makes it convenient, right? But I don't know. I don't know if that's how it works or not. Okay? Alright, let me know. But anyway, Polish Frog, thank you for the suggestion.
Sounds like you're getting paid for nothing. Right? Money for nothing. And then overnight we had one more tip from Look Here, Look Listen, who tipped me $1 and said, take my money. Okay, I took your money. There you go. Devour.
Darkside Bill tipped me $10 and said, have you thought about being a titty streamer?
Oh.
Well, number one, no, because I'm ugly, and no one would want to see that. Number two, because it's immoral, and I'm against it. And number three, because I'd be banned from Twitch. So there's 3 good reasons why I shouldn't do it. Alright, there you go. Very nice. But thank you for the $10 tip regardless. Okay, let's continue on. Grayside Will cheered and said...
It's immoral and he's against it, but yet he doesn't talk about any of the titty streamers on his platform. Okay. I don't see... I've never heard him say any shit about pink sparkles at all, but alright then.
Free new face of creation? No. I'm tired of him being an asshole to me. Once again, he's doing it again this morning. He literally does this every day, and then I don't say anything about it for a while, and I give him big leeway, and then eventually I ban him because he pisses me off for being a constant nuisance. And then he begs to come back. He goes to the mods, and he kisses their balls, and he sends me multiple emails apologizing profusely. I'll never do it again. And then he just does it again. I'm fucking tired of his dumb shit. Enough is enough, you know. Your 47th chance is enough chances, so fucking good riddance to bad rubbish. James the Beastie Cheer. He says, forgive me if you touched on this. I saw the FTC is investigating YouTube on its content that's available towards kids. Oh, yeah. That's the Federal Trade Commission are investigating YouTube because they're basically saying, why is it that YouTube is a website that doesn't regulate what children can watch on it? YouTube literally is a business model that just says, do whatever the fuck you want, and then after the fact, if someone finds out something's bad, then we'll try to take care of it, but we won't always even take action. And this has become a cesspool for really bad behaviors, toxicity, drama, and in regards to the content, that's the top content and promoted content on YouTube, complete trash.
That's not necessarily true from the fact that, like, if you, like, as you know, or some of you might know, YouTube has a restricted mode at the very, very bottom of the screen, and it'll say on and off. And if you turn it on, you're gonna have a hard time finding some of the detractor channels. Now, you will, I think their videos still come up, but the actual channel itself won't. And whatnot, and that comes from being flagged or all kinds of silly shit. You try it one day. You know what I'm saying? Look for myself, Snort Burnell, Almighty Tevin. Some of us will pop up and some of us won't, for whatever reason. And you'll find out what other sites too, or what other pages or channels. Sorry. So trust me, they're taking steps. And if you're restricted like that, then I think it's like from 13 to 17, you're pretty much completely cut off from that viewer base. So that means everybody else, all those who would be considered adults, Phil, are watching the content that they want to watch. Phil, yet again, believes that all these kids are watching him, which, because they used to, and whatnot. But now it's a different story. People don't watch Phil because they don't have to. He's not entertaining and whatnot. It just doesn't work that way. Just because you were able to round up all these kind of kids / misfits or whatever you want to call them, because you've rounded all of them up is one thing, but that's not how the whole site works. It's evolved a little bit more than that. You know what I mean? I wonder if Phil's channel is considered a restricted channel. Oh no, I'll have to look that up. But that is a thing though, and whatnot. Now, is everybody on it? Like I said, not necessarily. It varies depending on how many times you've been flagged. But it is something just to keep in mind. And that the site's so big, it's hard to regulate everything.
Why'd you do that? Why did you do that? Why'd you just go to bite mommy? Wow. Alright, so you see what pigs can do.
The website has gone from a place where 10 years ago it was, if you have talent and you have passion, you have a way to be noticed on the internet without money to put into production values, you can still get noticed and then get popularity on the internet. It's completely become the opposite now. If you have money and you are a drama queen, you can now make drama videos and stupid pranks and dumb shit, and YouTube will push you to the forefront of the site to get noticed, and there's literal to anything of quality that really gets any attention on YouTube anymore. You know what I mean? It really is an online culture that's dying because of the lack of any kinds of rules or regulations of what is allowed to be popular. And you could always argue censorship, and I will agree with you that to some extent that censorship is bad, but right now there's zero censorship, and what we've seen is that the biggest, filthiest, disgusting drama crap has come to the top, and that's not a valid, website anymore. Now you go to YouTube, you look at the top shit, you're like, what the fuck am I looking at? What is this? Like, this is complete garbage, and this is what's popular on this site. The FTC is looking into this because basically what they're saying is any kid can just jump on YouTube and see all this really bad, irresponsible stuff that kids should not be looking at, and is YouTube responsible for it? Also, I actually believe they're being looked into for being a monopoly because they're saying, yeah, YouTube really is the #1 guys for video sharing, and is this fair? That literally every other business that comes up against them and tries to compete fails.
First things first, at the end of the day, when it comes to what people decide to watch and what they don't or whatever, that's, I mean, like I said, there's some factors that are involved in that that's a little bit broader than what Phil's saying. But that's neither here nor there, and we won't go into that in incredible detail because that's not what you guys are here for necessarily. Secondly, I don't know if Phil would be actually... I don't know if Phil is exempt of that. Isn't this idiot... Doesn't he have 2 videos monetized on his channel of taking a shower? And I don't think those are age restricted. So how would that be considered quality content, to be honest? To see a grown man taking a shower. I don't know if that's gonna, if that's gonna fall into certain groups. But that's neither here nor there. And if they're not age restricted, they probably should be. Since, Phil's so worried about the kids for whatever reason. Just want to throw that out there. As it pertains to the concept of the monopoly, as it pertains to YouTube, Phil, you do realize that fucks you in some way too, right? If by chance YouTube got, ended up getting broken up. And it's not like YouTube is absorbing other, video sharing sites into its own company, into its own conglomerate, if you want to call it that. That's not the case. It's been around for a very long time. It's well known. It's linked to a bunch of other websites, Facebook, Twitter, so on and so forth. You trust me, Phil, you're going to lose a whole lot more money if something ends up happening that way. And then what? Where are all these contenders that are coming out and saying, oh, we don't get a fair shot because of YouTube? Where are all they at, Phil? Where are all these companies that supposedly are crying and complaining that we want to be a better site so Phil Burnell can make a living? Because Amazon isn't doing that. Amazon doesn't have to do that. I don't even think they want the stress of doing it. Which is what Phil keeps pushing. Oh, I'm waiting for Amazon to finally come up with a video sharing site. And it's not going to even work the way he thinks it will. Which shows you how stupid he is. So, yet again, you might want to read a little bit more than just what you see on Twitter, Phil. Just saying. Like, there isn't going to be, at least not for a while, a valid site that's going to come out, Phil, so you can make money off of it. I'm sorry, but not every new company that springs up is going to be there to be monetized at least right away. It could be years until that happens. How stupid are you?
I don't know what's going to happen. I guess we're going to find out. At least for me, what I can say is thank God I diversified and became a full-time streamer a couple years ago. Because, I mean, all signs are pointing to YouTube falling apart. Like, literally everything right now, you're pointing at, wow, YouTube is falling apart. They're in trouble, and YouTubers can't make a living anymore, so they're just making drama crap now to get noticed from immature people, and I'm just glad I got out of there when I did. Seriously.
Joseph says,
how's it that you've gotten out of here when you did, yet you still complain about views and you still complain about ad revenue? What sense does that make? If you're fully out of it, right, Phil? If that's really the case, ladies and gentlemen, hear me out. If that really is the case and he's really out and he's free and whatever, he's been liberated and so on and so forth, shut your channels down then, Phil. And keep all of your archives of all your streams up on your channel on Twitch. And here, let's go the other stuff, the extra step, because you can do this. Phil better not do this, but Phil can do this if he wanted to. Take all the archives of your streams, Phil, and put it behind a paywall, which you can do on Twitch. You can upload videos, I think, on the Twitch and do that, I think. But I know you can definitely take the archives of your streams and put them on behind paywall so people can pay a small fee or whatever the case may be to watch them. Do that and see how well that works for you, Phil. Just saying, if he's diversified, if YouTube is such a shithole and it's such a toxic website, and now, you know, the government's going to take them down, well, then I guess the only option Phil would have is to archive his own streams, right? It would be the only way to do it, and he would have to monetize it. He would have to put them behind a paywall. Good luck with that, Phil. Good luck with the maybe 5, 6 people who would pay to watch it. I'm sure that I don't know what it costs to do this, like $5 a month, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little less. So good luck with like the $25, $30 you make off that each month. Maybe. And that's and there's no way one person's going to try to watch all of your archive streams. Not all of them. So, I mean, let's say good luck to the $100, maybe $150 to be generous that you might get out of that. And then the detractors are still going to get their hands on it. Because someone will pay the $5 just so they can put it on YouTube so everybody else can get it. Just throwing that out there.
But I don't have PayPal. Then make one. Alright, continuing on. #1 black man tipped me $1 and says, why don't you use nutritional suppositories instead of eating an Olive Garden every day? Because it just wouldn't be as delicious. What can I say? Right? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but thanks for your $1 tip anyway. Oh, man. Oh, it was good. Oh, it was delicious. Oh, that was so good, man. Sambuca 2020 just tipped me $50. They're not using conscious thought anymore. They never have an independent thought in their fucking head. These people are the definition of sheep. And that's their life. What a great contribution to the planet when all you do is believe what you're told constantly and you never actually actively seek out any kind of truth. It's lame, but the problem is there's tons of people like that. What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a scammer. DSP is a thief.
Oh, snap. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and move on to the second video, and I'll see you guys in just a second. Oh, wow.
This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen. We're here with Snort Burnell, KO Gaming / Dspgaming, Amazon Wishlist, hashtag Shameless Pig Roach. It's from December 17th of 2017. Here we go.
Sound good?
In addition to all of that, I have sadly a little bit of negative news, but it's pretty much in line with everything that I pretty much expected was going to be happening on YouTube, alright? Ladies and gentlemen, for the past 3 weeks, the weekend preview has been demonetized on YouTube. 3 weeks in a row. It's not immediately, because I can tell you, I did upload it last night, and I kept checking it for like an hour or two, and it was fine, and then I went to sleep. I wake up this morning, the weekend preview is demonetized on YouTube.
It's preposterous. There's absolutely nothing in the weekend preview at all that would be considered advertiser unfriendly. Nothing. Nothing at all. Just look at the content that's in the weekend preview. I'm not a whiny baby.
It's an introduction. It's me talking to the camera about my gaming schedule, and it's a thank you to the patrons credit crawl. It would be one thing if it got content ID matched, because then you could argue, oh, maybe it was the music in the intro or the music in the credits. It did not get content ID matched. It got demonetized. What that means is that YouTube has no fucking idea how to do anything at this point. There's literally no way that video could be demonetized, alright? It's bullshit. And so I did submit it for monetization again. What it is now, I submitted it and it says if it gets 1,000 views in 7 days, it could be remonetized. More than likely, it will be remonetized. The problem is, most people watch the weekend preview within 1 to 2 days. And YouTube takes their sweet time reviewing videos. So chances are that this video probably will make me $0. Isn't that nice of YouTube? Now, the weird thing is, I did DSP Tries It on Saturday, and that didn't get demonetized. So the vlogging channel has not been blacklisted, because if it were blacklisted, every video would be getting demonetized, and that's not the case. it's just a weird situation where, again, they're out
But the
there
thing is, though, is the channel's not demonetized, or sorry, the channel's not blacklisted just because the video's demonetized. That's the bullshit he tried to spew for KO Gaming, which as soon as Dspgaming was taken down, what happened? Oh, he ran right to KO Gaming and started uploading, and all of a sudden, 1 or 2 videos got demonetized. He would dispute them, and then all of a sudden, it was clean sailing, or smooth sailing, all the way till he ended up getting Dspgaming back. So it's funny how that's the situation with that. Just because a video gets demonetized does not mean the channel's blacklisted. I don't think he understands what blacklisted means, but, you know, Phil's the businessman. He knows what he's doing.
work, and they're unfairly demonetizing videos. So, ladies and gentlemen, my reasoning for the other day, where I basically said, listen, I'm not going to put any kind of priority on doing game reviews because I get the feeling if I put them on King Hate Vlogs, they'll be demonetized. That reasoning stands. It seems like that's the case, where whatever's going on with YouTube, they're fucked up, they're a bunch of idiots, and they don't want to fix their mistakes, they don't even want to admit that they have mistakes made, and it's going to keep happening. So I'm not going to be doing game reviews in any kind of capacity in the near future. I'll just keep playing games and doing gameplay streams and putting out gameplay videos, which, for the most part, is, you know, working out. I'm not having any issues with that, and people are loving it, alright? If you want to see my opinions on games, what you have to do is you have to watch the playthrough of the game, or watch the last video in the playthrough of the game, where typically, when a game's credits roll, I give my opinion about it, okay? It's that simple. It's that simple, folks.
It's YouTube's fault. YouTube destroyed KO Gaming. Now YouTube wants to destroy my vlogging. They just basically want to tear the whole website down because it's a piece of shit. And
he wonders why he got demonetized talking all this hot shit. I'm not saying that's why he ended up getting demonetized. It's just you don't you don't sit there and spew this type of propaganda and not get hit with something. You know, karma comes back on you eventually, you would think. I mean, this is still how you're buttering your bread, or at least how you're buying your bread. And he was talking shit about it every minute of every day because he had nothing else to bitch about. But he loves Twitch, though, because Twitch loves him in his streams, right?
It's sad that that's the case, but that's the case with YouTube. It's just run by a bunch of fucking idiots who are incompetent. They've proven it time and time again with all of their horrendous business decisions. The upper management of the company is garbage. The CEO is more worried about SJW issues and hiring women to her workforce and a diverse workforce than actually getting a workforce that knows how to fucking do the job and have the website run properly. And that's the bottom line. She has all these, she's appearing at symposiums for fucking social justice and equality. Meanwhile, her website is falling apart. You know, content creators are going out of business. They can't do it anymore for a job because they ruined the site. Advertisers are leaving in droves, but that's okay. Just ignore that giant blazing fucking fire over there. Pretend like you actually know what the fuck you're doing and go to symposiums to celebrate that you're a fucking social justice warrior, you dumb fucking bitch.
Oh, wow. It's funny, too, that he would disrespect a woman like that, being that his life would be in shambles without a woman. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's been with Panda for like 5+ years. She leaves. He's in total fucking limbo for like... shit, he was in total fucking limbo for what, like 8 months? 9 months? Until Cat finally got there? Just saying, you might want to respect women a little more since you're so dependent on them. Not even codependent, just dependent. Period. Just remember, Phil, you didn't learn how to use the washer and dryer until after Panda left. Oh, snap! Did not know how to work a washer and dryer. Oh, what a lazy piece of shit.
Sorry, but that's my opinion on it. She's an idiot. She's a fucking idiot. And it pisses me off to see this shit go on and on and on and the whole site fall the fuck apart because the upper management of YouTube are a bunch of fucking idiots with their heads up their fucking asses, born with the silver spoon in their mouth.
You know, completely rich. Oh, I know so much about everything in real life. Sure you fucking do. Sure you fucking do. But, you know, let your whole website and your whole business go out of business because you're so busy with the important stuff, right? You're an idiot. The whole upper structure of YouTube management is a bunch of fucking idiots. They hired a bunch of fucking idiots who don't know how to do their job, and that's why the website's falling apart. There really is no actual other explanation for what's going on with YouTube. It's just run by idiots. Seriously. Timo Blank says I should do this speech during the TwitchCon stream. Dude, it would be hilarious because everyone at TwitchCon would be freaking out and be like, wow, he's destroying YouTube, this is great. And then probably I get in trouble. They'd be like, you weren't supposed to say stuff like that on the stream. Am I running for president? Asks ZM Willie. Maybe I am. And I will run on a fix YouTube card. That'll be my big thing. Forget about healthcare. Forget about education. Forget about national security. Forget about the economy. It's all about fixing YouTube. And I will be elected in a landslide vote. Now, I do want to give a shout out to that Anonymous, because he donated a $60 PSN code for me to buy WWE 2K18 this week. Oh, and I guess, you know what, while we are talking
now that you brought that up, Phil, like I said, remember, this is 2017. We were catching them game codes, bruh. We were catching them game codes. Just put that in perspective. This isn't a new practice. We've been walloping in this pig pen for a little while now.
Pre-stream real quick. So the other day, I had an idea. I don't know necessarily if it was a good idea, alright? So here's the deal. I was thinking about the fact that, quite honestly, pretty soon, I'm gonna need new gaming headphones. And if you guys aren't aware, a new pair of gaming headphones costs about $300. Now, I'm not talking the El Cheapo headphones that you can just buy and, you know, basic. I'm talking a headphone that's gonna have surround sound, that's gonna have a good high-quality mic, gaming headphones that are gonna work on every single console that I own. They're expensive. I know from when I bought them years and years ago. I bought the Turtle Beach, Triton, and Astro A40, or is it A30? I don't even know what they are anymore, the headphones I'm using. But yeah, they're very expensive to get good gaming headphones, alright? You get El Cheapo ones, and they break real quick, and they don't work with everything properly. I have to get one that's going to be decent, you know, quality. I know this. Now, in addition to that, you know, there's other things coming up.
Decent quality. I know this. Yeah, he can't produce decent quality any content himself, or a product, or anything. He can't show properly. He can't do shit. But he knows what decent quality is. As if his content isn't El Cheapo itself. Looking amazing.
I'm thinking, man, these are all going to be costs, you know, that are going to be coming up for the business and everything. Like, for example, people really want me to play Super Mario Sunshine. Technically, it was the winner of the Patron's Choice voting. And I said I would play it in early 2018, but I don't own the game, right? So, I had all these,
ideas for things that I could do, you know, improve the business with, and I'm like, man, but you know, I don't have any money. I just don't. I don't have disposable income to do this stuff. You know, I've pretty much extended myself to the absolute limits. So I thought, gee, maybe, especially because the holidays are coming up, maybe I should make an Amazon wish list of stuff, you know, for the business.
That would be good. You know, a new pair of headphones, you know, put Super Mario Sunshine on the list. A few things that I know could improve stuff. If I had it, but things
now wait. Ladies and gentlemen, did he not just say in the previous video at the beginning of this broadcast that someone had made the recommendation to him to make an Amazon wish list? But he's telling us right here that he had the idea to do it, so he could get his $300 headset, which someone ended up paying for, or the $200 and I think he paid like $240, $260, some type of deal at Best Buy, and someone ended up buying him the customizable shit for it. And Mario Sunshine, it sounds to me like he was the one who came up with that idea, all on his own. This video actually proves it. But in the last video, the preceding video, I should say, the previous video, he said that someone else had made that recommendation years and years ago. It's semantics. It's semantics. It's my fault because I pay too much attention. I'm a stalker, and that's why I just spew lies. It's lies. I'm taking what he's saying out of context. I get it. You're right. You're right. Defiant sniff.
Can't afford, right? And so I asked my Twitter followers, what would you guys think if I made an Amazon wish list of this kind of stuff? And it was interesting, an interesting mix. Some people were like, indifferent, don't really care, don't think it would affect things either way. Some people were like, I think it's a good idea because as long as you don't advertise it constantly, right? As long as not every day you're not talking about it on stream and everything and constantly plugging it so people will have to look at it. As long as it's just something that's kind of there, then it would be fine, because then people would every once in a while maybe check it out and maybe someone would do something, but it's not any pressure on anyone, right? And then some people said, no, it's a bad idea because See, I don't know, because I don't use this stuff, but they say infamously, I guess it's something that, of course, they have to use offensive language.
Cam whores. This is what cam whores do.
I'm like, geez, nice terminology. But basically what they're saying is girls who basically the only reason that they stream is because they're trying to show off their looks, they dress sexy.
Wait, didn't you just shit on a female not too long ago? But you have something against... You have something against women who exploit their looks and their body for profit. You have a problem with them being called cam whores? Despite the fact that you ain't, like I said, you ain't shit on this woman who supposedly ruined your business and your life and the business of everybody else, and it's preventing them from making a living on YouTube because of her incompetence. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching a little too far into that.
They put on makeup, their tits are out when they're streaming games and shit. They're the ones who make the Amazon wish list because they try to prey on lonely guys who basically fall in love with them over their streams and say, gee, you know, I want to do something nice for this girl. Maybe eventually she'll give me attention and shit. And then they'll buy stuff off their Amazon wish list. Okay?
So, you know, I see the point there. I certainly don't want people to get the impression that I'm someone who the only reason I'm streaming is to get lucrative stuff out of it. I'm not.
I've never been like that, but I'm literally to the point, folks, now, even with things going well right now with everything, with the streams and videos and everything on YouTube, I'm at the point where sadly, you know, I don't even know if something bad were to happen. Let's say, for example, you know, knock on wood, a console died, or my headphones here, I am on my last pair of working headphones. These Astros that I'm using are the last pair. The Turtle Beach and the Tritons both broke. So I'm down to the wire here, you know. I'm in a situation where if anything serious happened and I needed anything for daily streaming, I can't even afford it. And I was thinking this would be a good way for, you know, especially I was thinking with Christmas coming up, there may be some people feeling generous and might want to help out so that 2018 could be a better year with headphones or whatever, right?
Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, excuse the terminology, but does that not make him a cam whore? Preying on people, especially around the holidays, where he knows he has a better opportunity to get these things? He should have. I'm really surprised he didn't actually do the Amazon wish list then. Maybe he did. Maybe he privated it and only allowed a certain group of people to give him stuff. I don't know, but I mean, he's basically doing the exact same thing. The only difference is with these cam whores is they're honest about it. They're at least upfront about it. He would rather give you smoke and mirrors on this bullshit. If he would just accept it and move on it, I mean, what's going to happen? You're going to have some people that are going to feel a certain type of way, and you're going to have some people that aren't. Let me give you an example. Like people who open Patreons, and they make a video, or they say it at the end of their video, or at the beginning of the video, that they're going to start a Patreon. What's going to happen when you announce that? You're going to get a little bit of hate. It's inevitable. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's just the thing. Even if you don't get it right away, maybe 6 months down the line, someone sees the video, like, oh, you're a beggar. It is what it is. There'll probably be more people that will support you than otherwise. And whatnot. It's not that big of a deal, to be honest. If people want to contribute to it, they can. If not, so be it. The problem that I have with Phil, and a lot of people have with Phil, is that he shoved his Patreon down people's throats. Literally. You know what I'm saying? And then had these different circumstances that, oh, if you guys don't support me on Patreon, I won't be able to pay my bills. I won't be able to do this. I won't be able to do that if you don't support. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of it's how he misused his pay me tons is the reason why people shit on him. Whereas, well, I don't think Marcus Daily Productions was opening a Patreon. I think he just had I think he was just going to set up a donation button, and he ended up taking a whole lot of heat over it, which I feel is unnecessary, to be honest. Because when you go back and you look at the video, there are people, yeah, there are people down there that are shitting on him, but there's a lot of people who be like, cool, no problem, I'll support you. And you kind of have to weigh the positives with the negatives, but that's a whole nother story. We can talk about it at another time. But Phil should just bit the bullet and just did it. It is what it is. There's no reason to pull a Review Tech USA and keep flip-flopping on whether you think it's a good idea or not. Just bite the bullet and do it, and just take what comes with it.
But then again, you know, what people are saying is people might get the wrong impression. The thing is, folks, I mean, let's be honest here, alright? Let's be real honest. The people who are going to be angry about it already hate me, right? There's already a large group of people out there that are just ignorant morons who hate me for the sake of hating me. And so if I make this list and they get angry, oh no, they're angry on top of being angry. I don't really think that making a list like that would anger people who already are fans of mine. If anything, they'd understand what's going on and understand that there's no obligation. I'm not going to shove it down people's throats if I make an Amazon wish list. Maybe once a week or something, I'll mention it, you know.
But I'm not going to shove it down everyone's gullet that you buy me something, buy me something, buy me something. No, I'm not like that.
See what I mean? So I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I don't know how to approach it or if I should do it. I'm basically still debating it. I mean, it's not even Christmas yet. It's only mid-October. I'll think about it, and I'll possibly set it up. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's happening, and go from there. But it's just something I'm thinking about. Okay?
By the way, Viking, I don't know if you're aware.
Oh, no, Viking's still there. Holy shit, this is really a throwback. Either which way, it's funny how the haters and the detractors and the trolls still influence, at the end of the day, because he basically said it, they influenced what his decision was, because he never did it, or at least not that we know of. So, hence the reason why he's shilling it now. Because keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this video is from November 17th of 2017, but he said just a minute ago that it's October. So that's weird. Maybe I got the date wrong, it's possible. I feel like, though, I'm pretty accurate with that, though. Well, I'll find it. Well, you know, you guys will find out when I leave the link of it in the description. So either which way, but it's obvious that they did have a measure of control over his decision making because he didn't do it. So it's funny how they're morons and idiots and this, that, and the third, but you seem to be pretty scared of those morons, idiots, and so on and so forth. Just saying, just throwing it out there. Okay, let's see what Viking said. Oh boy.
This. You may not be because it didn't actually stick for long. The other day, King Jezel did a 30,000 bit cheer. I need that money. I really do. I need that money.
Which, if I remember correctly, I think you were the previous largest cheer holder. I believe you had done a like 28,000 bit cheer or something like that. And King Jezel beat you out. And I was looking because I was like, oh man, Viking's gonna see this on the leaderboard and he's gonna be like, oh man. But I just realized the leaderboard actually doesn't show largest cheer. I think that should be something that they should actually add to the leaderboard for the, the plug-in leaderboard that I have with the extensions here on Twitch. They should have, it should be like biggest cheer for the week, the stream, the week, the month, all time, and then it should have biggest individual cheer of all time.
And people here are like,
wait. Do you guys see why I choose some of these videos sometimes? Because it sometimes sometimes your cute pup in a sharp suit hits on some current events, even if I haven't actually gone over that current event. So he's saying here that because usually Phil, well, he still does. He usually gives credit to the top, whoever contributes the top bits for the year. I mean, for the day, for the week, and so on and so forth. And then, as you guys know, we found out who was giving I guess those were cheers, was it? Or that it was $1,000 or it was $1,100. Because people were cheering overnight. Yeah, so I guess it was like you could consider it a cheer. He's saying here in 2017 that you should have a leaderboard that allows you to see all those things on Muggsy, because that's what he was using at the time. He has that currently on Streamlabs until he took it down. So it's funny how, it sounded like such a good idea back in 2017, but now it's not. No, it's not such a good idea. And think about the amount of cheers that was being thrown around by the big guys at the time. You know what I'm saying? 28,000, 30,000. You know what I'm saying? 30,000 is getting thrown around here in the form of cheers and or bits. He barely gets that now. And if he does, one person will do it, and that's every couple of months. And yet he had basically cheer wars back in those days, or he had bit wars going on back in those days. Look at how far he's fallen after he basically stabbed Brightside Viking in the back. That's crazy. And when he lost Brightside Viking, not too long after that, he lost Jezel. So Jesus Christ, he has times have changed. Times have changed of all that big money and everything. I bet you he misses that too. I bet he misses it. So Phil, if you're watching, yeah. Boy, things have changed, sir. Things have changed. Remember how I used to play people off of each other like that? Remember how I used to put them in piggy death matches and so on and so forth? Man, you'd be lucky if you can get 30 bits on any given day. People throwing pennies at you now. Literally. Oh, how times have changed. So sad. So sad. But anyway, it's funny though how he wanted that transparency back in 2017, but in 2019, nada. No, 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 no. He had it, didn't know it, immediately shut that shit down. Immediately. I really need to do that video.
I'm not saying that Viking has to do a larger cheer. I just know that he's very competitive about it.
He always was trying. I remember there was a day, the day when he did that giant cheer was because someone else had done a ginormous cheer that had overcome his last large cheer, and he got pissed about it. So I'm just letting him know. That Anonymous did a 10-bit cheer. He says, have you tried getting sponsored by a gear company? Maybe Sennheisers can give you a headset in exchange for your endorsement. No,
real quick. So it's cheers, subs, and bits, yeah? Okay. I just want to make sure. The cheers, subs, and bits. And he's... no, I guess... So was it an $1,100... Was it just an $1,100 donation? Or, sorry, what do they call it? What does Phil call it? He says they're not donations. Is it an $1,100 tip? There you go. Okay, so he got an $1,100 tip back on that bullshit. I actually wrote it down. At least I was thinking ahead somewhat. But he says that they should have transparency for cheers. That's funny. Oh boy. That's pretty funny.
Sponsor me, dude. I mean, you gotta be real about this. I don't have a positive association on the internet because of the shitheads who have slandered me for years and years and years. And therefore, no one's gonna sponsor me. It's that simple. And, you know, I kind of accepted that over the years where people were doing negative shit. And that's the thing. People are like, oh, Phil, people talk shit about you all the time and have all these nasty videos about you. You should just ignore them. And I'm like, yeah, I'll ignore them, but guess what? Now I'm fucked. Because now, unlike other YouTubers who have the opportunity to get sponsorship and have these abilities, these special things, you know, I hate to tell you guys, you may not realize this, other YouTubers get these opportunities all the time. Other YouTubers get games ahead of time from publishers. They get invited to PR and press events. They get invited to be flown out to cover the launch of games and play games ahead of time. They get offered to, you know, trips to E3, paid trips. They get a lot of stuff.
People who are smaller than me get a lot of stuff. The reason I don't get it is because the negativity that's associated with me that I can't shake. And there's nothing I can do about it. It's not my fault, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm fucked.
No company is going to sponsor me with this kind of stuff. Because to me, what they see it as is this guy has a negative stigma attached to him. If we put our product associated with him, we're going to get the trolling that he gets. And people are going to say, our brand is associated with someone who's negative, and they're going to say a bunch of negative shit about us, and it's going to hurt our brand. So, there you go, folks. Yeah. It's never going to happen.
Let me work. Please let me work. I told you I'll come through for y'all. Yet again, we have another current event that's being brought to us from something that happened that's funny. That happened in 2017. God bless Snort Burnell. Seriously. God bless Snort Burnell. Now, let's get into it. So Phil, in our current year, 2019, for some of you that are listening now in the present or might be listening in the future, calls those people shills. He calls them, they're influencers. And by proxy, influencers are shills. And it's an unfair practice to be getting games early, to be getting games for free, to sit there and be flown out to all these different events and this, that, and the third, and have all these privileges and all this nice stuff. All these nice things that Phil Burnell can't have, despite the fact that Phil Burnell at one time or another was able to partake in the fruits, if you will, the delicious fruits of being a decent human being who makes decent content, maybe even above decent content on YouTube. But here, he's sitting here giving you the reason, he's telling you all of the perks and all the accolades and all the beautiful stuff that can come out of doing all those things. Of getting all those things and why he can't get them and how he's pretty upset about it. He's pretty sad that he doesn't get the same type of opportunities as other people, despite the fact that now, okay, 2017 Phil says he wish he had all that. 2018 said the same thing. 2019 still says he wish he has the same thing, but at the same time he says they're shills. And he has to stay real. And he has to stay real to himself and to his principles. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not necessarily saying that the pig is a hypocrite or not. I'm just saying that, you know, let me work. Please let me work. When I bury my bone, I promise you it'll be out the way when it's time for you to mow the lawn. I got shit on lock. Trust me. Okay? Well, trust me some of the time. I will I will come through. Okay? I will come through. Alright? And thank God. Thank Almighty for Snort Burnell. Really. It's thank you. Really, thank you. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. Oh, but seriously though, big ups to Snort Burnell and Almighty Tevin. Here we go.
Because of those fucking people. It sucks, but it's just reality for me. Trust me, it would certainly be better. I mean, if I had a bunch of sponsorships, it would be awesome. I'd be able to, you know, not have probably the financial issues I have. I mean, I'll be honest, I think that's why a lot of YouTubers, despite the fact that we had the YouTube adpocalypse this year, that's why they could still operate, because they had a bunch of income streams through sponsorships and the like outside of YouTube. That's something I've never had. And that's something I'm probably never going to get. Just because of, you know, the way that people have treated me over the years. It sucks, but it's reality for me, so. No sucker surprise, I'm not just...
Oh, cry for me, Phil. Please cry for me some more. Please cry for me some more, Phil. Oh, it's amazing. It's so amazing. You see how, ladies and gentlemen, when you put yourself into a box, and the one day, eventually, you're going to want to come out of that box. One day, you're going to want to stop pretending to be what you're not, and really want to participate in what your platform has to offer. And now you can't, because you've been in the box too long, you ain't shitted on too many people for too times, so on and so forth. And when you don't have it, you be a bitch and you sit there and you blame people for your downfall, for your shortcomings. And then as the years go on and you see more and more people, younger and younger people, smaller and smaller channels, and not just younger people, but older people too. And you see younger and younger channels, if you will, spring up and get all these opportunities, get all these free games, get flown out to all these events, and this, that, and the third, and all these people associating with each other, mingling with each other, having a good time, building connections, which is what you're supposed to do. It can make you a bit resentful. And it's funny how Phil went from, I wish I had these opportunities, but I don't because of these assholes, to now all those people who get those opportunities are shells. They're all influencers and they're negatively hurting the game. It's amazing what 2 years will do, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, not even a full 2 years. It's amazing how shit changes, given the circumstances. Absolutely amazing.
The new Thor movie. I just said I don't have money.
People think I'm lying. Phil makes so much money. He's rolling in fucking dough, man. He could go do whatever he wants. He's full of it. He's lies about everything, and he's got this fucking, you know, Brazilian bank account that he rolls all his money into so he doesn't pay taxes on it. People are crazy. Dude, I'm literally living month to month to, like, I'm not even lying to you. Last month, I had $20 left in my bank account. You have to be brain dead fucking stupid to believe that. You have to be so dumb to believe this shit. When my payment came through, actually not last month, this month, I had $20 left in my bank account, and then the curse payment came through for YouTube for 2 months ago in August. So I was that close from being overdrawn again on my bank account. And I mean, do I still have some credit? Yeah. Racking it up isn't going to help anything. So really, what do I do all day? I'm here, I'm streaming, having fun with you guys, playing games. I eat, and then I watch television and stuff at night, and that's my life. I don't have money to do anything. I don't. Why do you think I just mentioned on today's earlier stream that I was thinking about doing an Amazon wish list? So, for example, when these headphones break, because these are my last headphones, someone will maybe buy me a new pair, because I can't afford this shit anymore. That's the situation I'm in.
Now, keep in mind, if this pig here would take care of his shit, if he would take care of what he has, he'd be alright. There are Call of Duty heads that I still watch who are still holding on to 3 or 4 pairs of Astros that they had from like back in the day, because some Astros actually came with a repair kit, and you go in, you can I think it avoids the warranty if you do it, but it is what it is. And they learned how to kind of go in and maneuver and fix certain things, you know, replace certain components. Some of them just took really good care of their shit. So when they were sponsored by Astro would send them all these different headsets, different models or whatever, and they took care of it. And they work to this very day. But Phil throws his shit all over the place, leaves it on the floor, does all kinds of dumb shit. And how do you think he broke 2 or 3 headsets over the span of you know, maybe 3 or 4 years. Didn't happen by accident. It's not like they were completely poorly made. You know what I'm saying? And given how he was treating that his PS3 as well as his PS4 respectfully, but mainly his PS4 and the audio issues he has, it's possible that the headsets weren't even broken. It might have been just a bad connection. That's neither here nor there.
Oh, I prefer a penne. Oh, easy to eat. Oh, Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. I have a micro penis.
Oh, I forgot about that one. You can't go wrong with the old outro. You really can't. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully this was rather informative. Hopefully, I was somewhat helpful in what's going on currently and how it always stems from something else, to be honest with you. And for any of you guys who have been around for a long time, you know that I've said that his past is a fucking gold mine, and there's a cornucopia of shit back there that you just gotta go through, but you can find it. And thank goodness to people like Almighty Tevin, Theo, Argent, Snort Burnell, Mrhuth Stuff, who help with a lot of those things. You know what I mean? And though there are more and more people who produce the new stuff, you find people like one of our friends, Mighty D, who delves into the older stuff and is archiving a lot of that just in case shit happens. Because there are a lot of great Detractor channels out there who have been archiving stuff for years. And thank God, because the way Phil is deleting shit or privating it or whatever, a lot of that stuff could be lost. But you know, thank goodness for Mighty D, who archives a lot of that stuff, to Agent Proper, who is on that grind like I am, going back through the past stuff and figuring stuff out. I promise you, I've always said his past is a roadmap to why he is the way he is now. And a lot of that stuff can apply. You just have to find it. But you don't have to find anything. Allow me to do it. But I do appreciate people who send me videos and be like, hey, this right here is relevant. Hey, would you check this out when you get a chance? I very much appreciate that stuff. So thank you so very much. Thank you yet again to Snort Burnell, and thank you and shouts out to all my fellow detractors, to be honest with you. And shouts out to all you guys watching. I very much appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. And to Phil and his nonsense with that Amazon wish list, let's see if he's willing to actually pull the trigger on it this time. Because just short of 2 years ago, he didn't have the heart to do it. So let's see if he'll do it now. You know what I'm saying? We'll see if he really has the guts to do it. And so on and so forth. And we'll see how people support him. On top of that, you saw towards the end of this broadcast what kind of money Phil had going on and how he basically put people into bid wars or cheer wars or whatever the case may be for his own benefit. I bet you anything, from dollars to donuts and whatnot, that he wishes that he had those days back where he could have his biggest paid pigs / whales going back and forth in these wars. I bet in these cheer wars, bit wars, you know, whatever it is. I bet he wishes that he had those days, but he don't. As it pertains to shills and this, that, and the third, for any of you guys who like to troll Phil, tell him to explain this to you. You know what I'm saying? A couple years ago, he was all for it, and he said he couldn't get into it. Now, all of them are killing the gaming industry. It makes you wonder if he was actually able to get in when you really feel that way. Obviously, he wouldn't. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. I very much appreciate it, and I'll see you guys for the next broadcast. Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dspnews. Always late, never breaking. Unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG network and productions. For the Snort Report, I am your host / anchor GTG. Whew, sorry about that. Your host / anchor GTG, and I'm signing off. Take care of yourselves. See you later. Oh boy. Oh boy.